Brailsford is not happy with the culture at Manchester United, not happy with the standards, how it's dropped. With only a few weeks of him being at the club, he's made it clear this club needs a cultural reset. This club needs new standards. Speaking to Sir Alex Ferguson, looking to eradicate player power and crack down on the squad. Brailsford actually calls a meeting with the Manchester United squad, speaks to the Manchester United squad, and we're going to talk about exactly what Brailsford said. He set some new rules post Rashford incident, and Brailsford made it very clear to Manchester United players, Manchester United staff, the standards at this club right now are not good enough. They're not where they need to be. And he's absolutely right. So let's dive into the video, people. Let's dive into the information. Do hit that like button. Do subscribe down below if you're new. I'm going to get into the news on Brailsford, what he said, and then talk about what changes I believe needs to be made. So obviously, reports came out saying that Sir Dave Brailsford holds Manchester United players meeting following the Rashford incident, and Brailsford speaks to the squad. It's the stories and reports coming out. So it was said by Melissa Reddy that Sir Dave Brailsford spoke to the team on Monday to present the INEOS plan to create an ecosystem of excellence, and explained that this could only be achieved with full investments of players, collaboration and discipline. So essentially, Dave Brailsford has gone and spoke to the United squad and said, we want to create a new ecosystem of excellence. And by that, we need the full investment of players. We need the players to play together, play as a team, work together, and we need discipline. Brailsford made it clear to the players that the discipline needs to be better. He's saying, we need you to give 100%. Brailsford said to the players, you need to give 100%. You need to discipline yourselves better. Do not be going on a night out when you know you have training the next day, and collaborate, work together. No one passed to Hoyland in the 4-2 Newport County game, which could have ended really embarrassingly. Play together, play as a team, pass the ball to Hoyland. Don't be selfish. You've got to work together, work as a team. You've got to fully invest. You've got to give 100% because some of you aren't. You've got to give 100% in training, but discipline. Arrive at training at time, go to training, give 100%. And I think Brailsford's absolutely right in his points to the United squad. It was also said that Sir Dave Brailsford spoke to the Man United squad today, explaining the INEOS approach to sporting excellence and the importance of standards. He said at INEOS, excellence is what we need. The new Manchester United vision, the new Manchester United cultural reset is going to be on excellence. Omar Barad has made it clear. Players have 1 to 2 seasons to prove themselves or they're out. At Man United, you have 4 or 5 seasons. Martial should have been told 2 years ago. Donny should have gone 2 years ago. Anthony needs to go this summer if they want to say 1 to 2 seasons to prove yourself, you're out. Maguire should have gone. Lindelof should have gone. McTominay should have gone. Many Man United players that weren't good enough 3 years ago have been living on and on at this club. We need this new, you've got to go after 1 to 2 seasons. If you're not good enough, you're not good enough. We're not giving you 4 or 5 seasons. Brailsford's come in and said, we need a new standard of excellence. We don't want to be the club that scrapes for top 4 and celebrates top 4 like it's a trophy. Top 4's got to be a must every season. Top 3 needs to be the new must. We need to be in a title challenge every season should be the standard at United. Even if you come third and you're 3 points off, we need to be in the title challenge to at least April every season in contention for all of the trophies. Not celebrating whether we're going to get top 4 or not. Not even right now. We're hoping to get in Europe. We're hoping to get in Europa League. And Brailsford was even having conversations with Murta at full time in the Newport game as they went to the tunnel, and obviously spoke to the Man United squad post the Rashford incident. So what do we know on Brailsford and what he wants to add to United? Laurie Whitwell obviously said that many in Man United's football departments have been left buzzing by Sir Dave Brailsford's introduction. His and Sir Jim Ratcliffe's emphasis on elite performance struck a chord with people who'd not heard that type of talk expressed by the hierarchy before, and it was said that INEOS want to fix the sporting side of things. Sir Dave Brailsford was very focused at the meeting. He's trying to create an elite culture as well when they had meetings. And it's been said that Brailsford is very focused on the footballing side of things. He wants the elite performance back. He wants to create an elite culture. The word culture, the word fixed sporting side of things has come out multiple times when we bring up Brailsford and Brailsford's plans for Manchester United, and the fact that this club has neglected the sporting side of things. And Ed Woodward would come out in interviews and say, oh, but we're such a big club that even if we're not succeeding on the pitch, we generate loads of money. Unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. Luckhurst then added that Brailsford is sounding out the opinion of former staff at United to sort of gauge the performance challenge. He wants to sort of get the opinion of Sir Alex, top people at the club, to be like, why is there a performance challenge? Why is there a cultural challenge? And it was said on Brailsford that he's been very impressive in his analysis. He spoke at length at his desires to learn from the history of United and draw on their unique elements for of success from past eras to move forward. So looking at what worked in the past, but also looking at what we need to do. And this is why I've actually wrote out a list of what I think Brailsford needs to do moving forward. And as you can see, this is my list. I said needs the elite standards back, which we're going to dive into how he does that. And that obviously goes down to the bottom at Omar Barada's 1 to 2 year rule. You have 1 to 2 years to cut it out. It doesn't matter how big you are, how much money you're on, how important you were in the past. If you're bad, you're out. Football success needs to be the priority. This club has focused too much on commercial success, selling shirts rather than signing the right players, signing big names to sell shirts rather than signing the right players for the long-term project. We need to think about what's best for us on the pitch, not what's best for selling shirts, not what's best for the commercial side, aka the Ronaldo signing, Cavani signing, giving him the number 7, all of that. We need everyone at the club to be on board with the vision, and I speak about this. And one of the big issues at United, generally, in my opinion, and I'm going to dive into this, is we know that the Glazers don't care about the club and they only care about making money at the club. So that doesn't relay onto the Murtas and the Arnolds. And it was said when the Athletic did a deep dive into problems at United that Brailsford was shocked that actually there's not a vision within the United hierarchy that Murta and Arnold have been told to follow. There's not a strategy. The Glazers don't care. They just want to make money. The Glazers haven't said, this is Man United, this is what we want to do, this is our vision of what we want to do on the pitch, how we want to play. Arnold hasn't established that, Mert hasn't established that. So when INEOS come in, they're going to establish what do they want to be, what kind of team do they want United to be, how do we want to play, what's the vision. And because there's no vision or no stands at the top of the club, for me, that goes down to the bottom of the club. One of the reasons I think we're playing badly is because the standards go down to the bottom. Another thing needs to be a cultural reset off the pitch. Player power needs to be removed. Favoritism needs to be removed. Anyone leaking information needs to go. Anyone causing constant problems needs to go. Even if Ten Hag sacks and Sancho smashes it in the Bundesliga because he refused to pay performance, he needs to go. Any players that cause problems, any players that complain to the point to the press publicly, any players that are not backing the manager, not willing to back the manager and throw another manager under the bus, need to go. 100% need to go. The medical and recruitment department needs to go. It needs to be overhauled. We know medical people and recruitment people have already left. We know that INEOS are going to do that. That is some of the changes that I generally believe that INEOS need to make, Brailsford needs to make, and it's believed that Brailsford will make these changes. He wants to make changes to the recruitment, the staff, the medical staff, the staff all around the club. He wants to set in a vision of sporting success of the way United want to play, hire the most elite people to do that. And if you've got elite people with an elite vision of footballing success at the top, that are strong-minded people, that should eventually go down to the dressing room. When the club is so toxic at the top, when the staff are so angry about how they've been ignored by other members of staff and the Glazers and the hierarchy and how the staff are unhappy at the top of the club, that goes down to the players at the club, and it needs to be overhauled. Now, talking of Brailsford plans and what we know so far, it was said that sources say Brailsford's idea is that the club should know an identity and then hire a sporting director and manager who can work in unison. He's got Omar Barada in. It's looking like Man United are going to get a new sporting director in the next week or so, and then maybe bring in a recruitment director as well. But their idea is we need an idea, an identity. We need a CEO, a sporting director and a manager that are all going to work together, all have the same vision, all have the same idea. But also, we want to recreate the Sir Alex Ferguson days. Obviously, football's more modern now, it's moved on, but we want to recreate those days. And it was said that Brailsford feels that Sir Alex Ferguson was always ahead of the curve and very innovative, and that tapping into his wisdom will be important, not for cutting and pasting old practices, but for understanding the landscape of the club currently and applying guiding principles to reach new solutions. And I agree. You can't cut and paste what Sir Alex did. Football's a different time now. Football's a different era. But we can learn from what Sir Alex did in times where players were messing out in the dressing room. This was happening. That was happening. We can learn from Sir Alex and a lot of the things that he has done at the club. Because if Rashford is messing about, out. I like Rashford, but if he's messing about out, it doesn't matter who you are. We need that standard of, doesn't matter who you are, how important you are to the club, face of the club, Marcus Rashford, player that scores 30 goals, player that was player of the season. If he starts playing up, adios. Send a clear message is what they need to do. And Brailsford is there, giving a speech to the players about standards, about discipline, about work rate. I like that. And the one thing I like about INEOS is Brailsford and Ratcliffe seem very involved in the club. Glazers visited Man United once, not spoke to anyone, not spoke to the club, never come, never speak to anyone, have no relationship with anyone there. And to an extent, the owner shouldn't have a massive relationship with people there. But I like that Brailsford is in and around the club, speaking to people. The man that's making the decisions at the top, the man that is close to the owner with Ratcliffe, are getting to know the players, getting to know the staff, speaking to them, understanding the club, understanding the landscape, which for me is massively important. Guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. It's a bit of a different video. It's sort of news, but then me adding my input and I'm really trying to be positive about United at the moment. I know that obviously if I'm negative and I do rages and stuff, I know it gets more clicks, but I'm at the point where I'm kind of mentally disconnected from United and the season, to the point that I don't care anymore. I'm looking to next season. I'm looking to the summer. I've written it off, and I'm really trying to be positive and look at everything in the most positive light I can. So I hope you do like these kind of videos. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll obviously do a live stream about 5-6 p.m. tonight to discuss everything. If any interesting news comes out as well, there will be a video or live stream as well breaking. Thank you for watching. Please do hit the likes. Please do subscribe. Bye.